Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And today I'm going to read 3 meditations. I have 3 books picked out from meditation books that I didn't read earlier in the day. I just kind of skimmed through them and tried to pick topics that seemed kind of universal. So I haven't read them, but I'm gonna go in here in a couple minutes and read them and then kind of just, tell you guys what I think about them. But I just wanted to kind of share a little bit about my day. I have had kind of the strangest day. And strange in a good way. Like, I woke up today and I just felt so content in my life, and I share that a lot on here, but it was like noticeably today. Like, I woke up and I was just kind of like, oh my God, I feel so good, and you know what I mean? Like, it was just one of those days. And then I have been watching the movie Let It Snow, like in incremental pieces, because I have a hard time sitting down and watching a movie all the way through, unless I'm on a plane or vacation or something. So last night I was watching Let It Snow, because I just finished the book. There's a book called Let It Snow, and then they turned it into a movie on Netflix, which really doesn't match the book whatsoever. But in some kind of weird way, I like the movie. So anyway, I was watching it, and there was a scene when 2 of the characters sing a song, and I was like, oh my God, it was one of my favorite songs from back in the day. It's by the Waterboys, and it's called The Hole of the Moon. And so I downloaded it on my iTunes. So today, I woke up and I went to go get my coffee, and I was like driving around and I was listening to this song, and I literally just started bawling. Like, I don't even know why. And I don't know if you ever have these moments. I put it out on Twitter, and a lot of people did not understand what I was saying, I think. But I just started bawling, and I just was so thankful for being alive. Just for today. Just for today, I could really sit in that moment and be like, man, like, life is really good today. And, just for today, like tomorrow something may happen, or, and things have happened in the past, but like today, I just was so happy. And I think, like, I'm coming up on being sober 25 years, if I make it there. My sobriety birth date is December 17th. I got sober in 1994. And, it's like this period is always very strange for me, because I reflect back on what my life was like then and what my life is like now. And in the past, I really had a difficult time kind of from like Thanksgiving to the 17th, because that was just probably the worst of the worst for me when it came to my addiction. My using was literally, like off the charts. I really didn't get out of bed most days, and if I did, it was just to get ready to go out to see friends. And I wasn't really interacting with people except for to party, and my family really didn't want anything to do with me at that point. And it just was a really dark, I hate to say dark place, but it was like a really dark time of my life, And what's interesting is I look back on that, and I don't even really remember a lot of specifics about certain days. I do remember specifics about the last day, but I don't remember a lot of specifics. And I kind of think that's a God thing too, in a weird way, that I remember specific things about the last day, but a lot of the days before that I just don't remember. And maybe that's because it was my last day. I don't know, But I'm so thankful for my sobriety. It has given me everything that I have in my life, and I live a rather simple life, and I'm thankful for that today, that I am so happy just for, my dogs and my husband and my friends, and, driving around, listening to an audiobook, whatever. So yeah, it was a good thing, and I'm just really thankful for that today, to be able to feel that joy and that emotion, and that joy to move me to tears, but in a positive way, and in the past, I always looked back at this period of my using back then, like if I was coming up on my sobriety date, that last month was always so hard for me, because I would just be reliving the old times over and over in my head, and I don't do that. Like now, it's like I'm so thankful for, look at little PP. We just did an unboxing of Dapper Dog. He's got his bandana on, and he's still looking for treats, I think, but we did the Dapper Dog box on my review channel. But, today I look at my life, and I'm like, everything that I have is a result of my sobriety. And for the book club, for my Peter Likes Books booktube channel, I have a book club. And last month we read Dope Sick, and I just finished it, and we're doing the live stream tomorrow for it. And so many of the stories that are in this book, it's about the opioid addiction in our country, and how it started with Oxycontin in 1996 and where it is today. And so many of the stories in there are almost kind of mirror images of people that I have known in my life. And so it's been like, to read it has made me really, really grateful for what I have, you know, and where I'm at today in my sobriety. And so anyway, it's been the greatest gift besides life that I've ever been given, you know. So that was kind of where I was at today. And, you know, it's like, you know, my best friend always says, like, if something, you know, silly happens, somebody cuts us off on traffic, or we get angry about something, she'll always say, you know, like, if that's the worst thing that happens today. I don't know, in comparison to me looking at me getting sober and having 25 years of sobriety, unless something really tragic would happen, like today, at least just for today, has been a really good day, you know? So anyway, that's kind of some of the stuff that I've been thinking about today, and that will probably affect a little bit of my reading the meditations. I do want to say this in talking about audiobooks, that the book for December is The Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. But I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about like how much they just really believe in the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And so I was thinking a lot about it, and I downloaded it on Audible. It's like 4 hours and something long. It's really short. I read the book years and years and years ago. Now, I will say I don't think it's the most phenomenal book in the entire world, but I love the concepts of the law of attraction. And I think that Rhonda Byrne really dumbed it down, and she brought it to, you know, like the pop culture forum, you know, and really got people interested in the law of attraction, which I totally believe in, because the law of attraction is really a lot about positive affirmations and believing in yourself and confidence. And, you know, in talking to my friend the other day on the phone, it really made me realize that I've kind of forgotten some of those things and got away from practicing some of those things that the law of attraction, you know, promotes. So I'm going to listen to The Secret again this month to kind of get me prepared for the year 2020. And every time I say that, people always think I'm talking about the 12 and 12, which is a recovery book. No, 2020 the year. So if you'd like to read The Secret along with me, I will probably be making a video about that when I finish it, and I don't know when that'll be, because I also downloaded like 6 Christmas books, because I'm going to be reading all Christmas books from here on out to Christmas. So anyway, okay, let's get into the meditations today. And I just want to say, you know, today that's where I'm at, and I'm very grateful for my life, and I'm very happy, and I'm very thankful for what I have. There have been many moments, sober or not, that I have not felt that way, and I have felt that, you know, life wasn't going to get any better, and where I was at was just, like, if you didn't live my life, you didn't understand how bad it was. I've even had some moments this year that felt like that, you know? So I want you to know, to whoever out there is suffering tonight, whatever you are going through, I hope it gets better for you. I'm not going to promise you that it will, because I don't know. But I will tell you that, you know, you put one foot in front of the other, and hope can do a lot for us. You know, hope is a huge motivator in life, and I just want you to know that. For those of you out there that are struggling tonight, I'm sending some positivity your way, and maybe we can be motivated by these meditation books. So I say in my vlog every single night, if you watch my vlog, which today's is 2 hours long. I had a lot of fun driving around talking last night, but I always say, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And I mean that, because a friend of mine always says that to me, that a friend of mine that I've known forever in sobriety, she's, you know, when I see her, she always says it. She's like, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And I kind of laugh, because I think it's kind of like, you know, hokey and funny and whatever. But like, the reality is, there's a lot of people, and I didn't really realize this until I started saying it in my vlog. There are a lot of people that do not hear I love you on a regular basis. We're not raised hearing I love you. Never had a partner say, I love you. And so to a lot of people, the words I love you are very, very powerful. And I feel blessed to have been raised in an environment where those words were everyday things we said to each other. And I think that it has helped, even as resistant as I have been through the years, to live with the language of love. And that was one thing that I really took from the, you know, the 4 agreements, was to live from a point of view and a perspective of love, and even loving your enemies and wishing for them everything that you would want for yourself, or people that you're resentful towards. And love can change the world. It really can. So if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. All right, let's get into these meditations. The first one that I'm going to read is, this is from December 7th, and it is from A Time to Be Free, Daily Meditations for Enhancing Self-Esteem. December 7th, today I trust myself. I rarely think about it, but when I do, it gives me a solid feeling. When I need to make a decision and the choices aren't clear-cut, I can rely on my intuition. When I make a commitment, I can trust myself to keep it. When I'm talking with someone, I don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing. There was a time when I couldn't trust myself at all. Because of my moodiness and impulsiveness, I never knew what I might say or do. I really am relating to this one. I had no idea who I really was, so I couldn't develop firm opinions, let alone trust them. My self-centered wants were so overpowering that they blocked out whatever objectivity and intuition I may have had. Self-trust hasn't been a conscious goal in recovery, but has flowed out of other changes that have taken place. As I become more self-aware and taken steps to shed my character flaws, my erratic behavior has improved. I become more responsible to myself and others, and am better able to finish what I start. I begun to know deep down that my motives have changed, that I can trust my feelings, thoughts, and actions. Thought for today. Now that I'm living a spiritual life, I can trust my inner voice. Oh, wow. What a powerful meditation for me. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm just reminded of the fact that the 4 agreements really profoundly affected me. I think it was a great, maybe the best book to pick as the first book to do in this reading series, because it is just really like the foundation for all of these belief systems, you know. And when I'm sitting there and I'm listening to that, I'm thinking to myself, why didn't I trust myself in the past? You know, and I think the reason why I didn't trust myself is that I really listened and believed what other people said about me. And, you know, when people, you know, it's like the line from Pretty Woman, and I love that line. Somebody's texting me, I'm sorry. I love that line is when somebody says, when he says to her, you know, you're beautiful. And she says the bad stuff is easier to believe. When someone tells you something long enough, you start to believe it. And I believe that to be true. You know, when somebody tells you over and over and over again, you're crap, you believe that, you know. But like the 4 agreements say, we can unwind those agreements. We can unwind those beliefs. We don't have to believe that anymore. There is no truth to that statement whatsoever, that whoever has told you you are crap is correct. And it's about not believing that anymore and not putting stock in the people that will continue to put you down. I don't have a lot of people in my life today, nor do I give a lot of power to people today that put me down. I just choose not to, you know, and if I do, I stand up for myself today. Like, that's something I'm starting to learn, is that it's not just about that, but it's also about standing up for myself and saying, you know what, it's not okay that you're going to talk about me that way. Like, I'm not going to have that. I don't have to fight them. I don't have to borrow resentments. I don't have to borrow anger, but like, I don't have to engage in it either and allow it to continue to happen. I can stand up for myself and say, no, this isn't okay. You know what I mean? And so that's where my self-confidence is starting to come alive. And I'm somebody that has really struggled with self-confidence my whole life and believing in myself. And you know, the reality is I'm the first one to put myself down. I'm the first one to believe these negative thoughts that are in my head about myself, and I'm the one that has to do the work to unwind that. I can't blame that on other people. I just can't. It's all about me, you know? Which is the other thing about the agreements that I love, is that it all comes back, the 4 agreements, is that it all comes back to us, you know? Wonderful meditation. Okay, this is from Forgiving and Daily Meditations for Forgiving and Moving On, Personal Inspiration for Personal Change by T.N. Dayton, PhD. Okay, December 7th. Objects of the World, December 7th. Need to take a breath. Hold on a second, let me get a sip of my coffee. Okay, I've literally filmed like one video after another, took the dogs out, given them this, given them treats, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, Objects of the World, December 7th. Today I realize that accumulating things does not increase my happiness. The objects and activities of the world have only so much to give me and cannot, in and of themselves, bring happiness. As all great religions and philosophies say, happiness lies within. It is the freedom and wisdom with which I move through my life, order my day, and look upon the people, places, and things close to me that influence the quality of my experience. It is not what I have in my life, but how I feel about what I have that makes the difference. If I own lots of things in such a way that they also own me, I lose my capacity to enjoy them. Wow, that's profound. If I own lots of things in such a way that they also own me, I lose my capacity to enjoy them. If, on the other hand, I see them for what they can and cannot give me, I am free to enjoy them. I see what the things of the world have to offer. Man must choose whether to be rich in things or in the freedom to use them. Ivan Illich. I really like that meditation because I feel very strongly about that, you know? I'm not somebody that condemns people for liking nice things. I like nice things, you know? I have a lot of nice things. I feel blessed to have a lot of nice things. And, you know, but the things that I have today mean things differently to me than they did then. Like, I know I don't need them. And there was a period in my past where I didn't really know the difference between needing and wanting. And I want to make this clear because whenever we talk about, you know, having things, we always talk about like, you know, maybe high-end bags, you know, like a Louis Vuitton or a Gucci bag or a certain kind of car or a certain kind of house or whatever. And I think we always go to that and people that have those things, right? But for me, it wasn't just about that. And I've talked a lot about this in my blog. My friend Tanya and I, we used to go to like Meijer or Walmart like 3 or 4 nights a week. And I would go in for deodorant, right? But while we were shopping, because I had the money to do it, I would buy 2 candles and I would buy this t-shirt that I never ended up wearing. And I would buy this and I would buy that and I would buy that. And, you know, I would get out of the store like $100, $150 poorer with crap that I didn't really need, but I was kind of excited about buying at the moment, you know? And like, I stopped doing that. And what I realized was now, like when I want something, I'll like hold it up and go, do I really want this or do I really need this? You know, in fact, I just kind of had this, you know, come to Jesus moment, so to speak, with these Starbucks cups, because I just purchased all of these cups. And now I'm like, you use the same 2 cups over and over again. So my new cups that I have in there that I haven't used, you know, like the ones that people send to me is really, really nice. That means something to me because those are kind of collectors from different states. But like the ones that I purchased, I'm just going to give them to people like for Christmas gifts, I think, because I haven't used them and I don't need them. You know what I mean? And so it makes me realize that if I want something, I can have it if I can afford it. I don't want to be indebted to something that I don't need today, you know? And I'm very thankful for the things that I have. But I have to say, when I look at the moments of my life that I was the happiest, I'm like in my head, I'm kind of thinking about them, you know? It is like being on, you know, a vacation with my husband, but it's not even about like the most luxurious vacation in the world, which we are blessed to be able to take some very nice vacations. But I'm even thinking about us just like, you know, we went to this wedding in Cincinnati, like I think 1.5 years ago or something like that. And we drove down there and drove back and we had such a great time. Like that was so much fun. And you know, like one of the greatest trips that we ever had, somebody flew us down for just a day and we came back because it was like this like opening that they were doing. And that was so much fun. And we like slept on the airport like ground because the airport wasn't open when we were flying out. And you know, I think about some of those times that we had together, road trips that we took that were super cheap trips, you know, when we first got together and stuff like that. Some of our greatest date nights were when, you know, we were at the beginning of our, you know, dating and we were trying to save money and all that kind of stuff. And we would do like the 2 for $20 at Applebee's and try to save money and all that kind of stuff, you know, and, or if we did like a picnic at home and like with candy and popcorn and stuff and we would watch movies at, you know, that kind of stuff was so much fun. Driving around with my best friend is always a moment. My friend Valerie and I, we get, you know, laughing. Well, Tanya, driving around with Tanya and laughing. You know, my friend Valerie and I get laughing so hard about stuff that's just silly, you know. I'll say something or I'll be like, hey, Valerie, do you like the, you know, do you like the what do you call it, the Beach Boys? And she'll just start laughing. And Tanya and I have all these inside jokes too, you know, and just like hanging out with my other friends, like, you know, Melissa and people like that. And I just feel so blessed. And so I think that when I look at that, what I really know today is the things that make me the happiest are my experiences with other people and my interactions with other people and my memories with other people. You know, when I get together with my friends and we start telling, you know, about old times, or if I'm on my vlog and I'm talking about things that are important to me, I don't sit there and list off all the things that I have that are important. Sure, I might talk about that from time to time because I do like those things. And I'm not going to be like some BS artist and act like I wouldn't like, you know, to have this or have that. Because I do like nice high-end things, you know. But I also know I don't need them. And if I want to get one, I think that's okay. But I don't want to be owned by that. And what I do know today is that, you know, that the moments that I'm sitting around, you know, talking about all the best moments of my life is really about memories that I've had with other people that were pretty, like, you know, didn't cost anything and were priceless in the end. So that's what I know today. All right, let's read the last meditation. This is a long one today, isn't it? December 17th, and this is from Nightlight, a book of nighttime meditations by Amy Dean. December 7th. When you get into a tight place and everything goes against you till it seems as though you could not hold on a minute longer, never give up then. For that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. Harriet Beecher Stowe. After every downswing, there is an upswing. It may not be immediate, like a roller coaster ride with its constant dips and climbs. Hold on. After every downswing, there is an upswing. It may not be immediate, like a roller coaster ride with its constant dips and climbs. Sometimes there will be a long stretch of level ground after a downswing, making us feel we are sinking lower and lower, but the leveling off period strives to bring us stability before the upswing. Listen to those around us. They will talk of bad times and say, I never thought it would come to an end. But they'll also tell us the end did come and things did get better. Each time that happened, they had more faith and the next downswing wasn't as devastating or hopeless. By trusting in the natural up and down motion of life, we will be able to say, things won't get any worse. In fact, they will get better. I need to listen to others with experience and trust their worry or their stories. Tonight, I will believe and trust as they do. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning, you know, that for me, I'm a big believer in this too shall pass. And I have to say that to myself when I'm going through stuff. This too shall pass. Whatever you're going through in your life right now, look up and say thank you. You're about to learn a very valuable lesson. And, you know, I tell myself these things over and over again, you know. And I also ask people for guidance, you know. I say to people, this is what I'm going through. What should I do? Have you been here? What did you do when you're there? And so many people have said to me, I've been right where you were at. Trust me, just put one foot in front of the other. Things will get better. And I think sometimes our obstacles to things getting better is our own choice to stay stuck. That's just my personal experience, you know, and I'm not comparing. I mean, it's hard because, you know, we could be talking about the fact of, I don't know, one very minimal thing to one very huge thing on here that people are trying to compare things with what I'm saying. So I don't know your experience. I don't know what you're going through right now. But I do hope that it gets better for you, you know, and I do hope that you can believe that things will get better, because I think that that's the first point, you know, is believing, okay, at some point, maybe things will be a little bit better than they are today. And I hope that for everyone. So anyway, I love you guys. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.